Hello guys and girls, my name is Kosif and I just want to give you an update on closed beta and open beta and just talk about some other stuff. What you're seeing now is Trello. For anybody who wasn't sure what Trello is, it's sort of like for sort of like businesses which manage tasks and sort of like tickets. It's pretty hard to sort of like describe because I haven't actually seen it's sort of like other people use it before, but what we use it for is we have all our names and all that stuff. I want to just skim over some of it because most of it I don't want people to see. um, so here is sort of like the test everything. Um, Pretty much what we use this for is we have all our names. We have like my name and somebody else in the team, if they find a bug, they would sort of like just put it under my name if it's related to me. So say if Austin is our programmer, so say if I found a problem with a script, or I don't know, if there was a problem with scripting or something like that, I would put it under his. So sort of like a ticket system to solve sort of like bug reports and all that stuff. So here is sort of like the testing everything, and this was our list to finish closed beta. So we started at about I'd say there was like 20 things on the list, and if I show you now, there's 161. We're at 70% complete. But you might think, that's you're close. Just why not aren't you finishing it off? Things on this list, and it's a very large list. Things on here vary from something extremely simple to something which takes pretty much weeks. For example, I'd say that we have about 3 to 4 bugs which are something which are like, I'd say, in red alert. This means that they're either game breaking, they could sort of destroy your character, they could crash the server and just stuff like that, or maybe not crash the server, but cause massive amounts of lag for the server. So those are the things we have to completely get done before we do release open beta. I'll just go through those now. So the first one is what I've done is I started off with listing every single skill. Then I listed every single quest, and then it's sort of like a miscellaneous skill, so sort of like teleporting and enchanting. So sort of like crafting at the moment is ticked off. So what that means is crafting is 100% tested. I've tested everything; it's craftable. If I craft something very something like, I don't know, spider silk boots, something which isn't 100% needed, but it is doable. So stuff like spider silk boots are craftable. It'll take like the one thread, it'll take the one hide, stuff like that pretty much. So fishing is 100%, is wow, I say 90%. And you can probably see things, extra additional text on these ticked off ones, or the additional non-ticked ticked off ones. So fishing, bait fishing doesn't work. Luring and pike does. Luring and pike doesn't, but high level bait. I don't know why I've said that. But luring, herring, and sardine doesn't. There we go. I get that now. Pretty much, we have fishing nodes. Obviously, similar to Runescape. So you've got one for like lobster, shrimp, and stuff like that. So the node for there's 2 baits. Sort of like when I say bait, so you got the fishing rod bait. So you use the fishing bait is the catch, I guess. So we got a low level one and we got a high level one. The high level one is just pike. So that's something like Lumbridge River or Edgeville River, so stuff like that. Although pike isn't really much used. I haven't really seen pike used before, I guess due to the fact that the stuff it takes to get just trout and salmon just a lot better because it's easier to catch. But pike works, so the high level nodes work, but the low level nodes doesn't. Now the issue why this has taken, literally, we've been working on this for over a month now, is it used to work, and we've got these, the sardine and herring spots all over the map. So we've got them in like Karamanjar, Lumbridge, Alcarid and stuff like that. So they did work, but then when testing, fishing, they didn't work at all. Now the thing is, the scripting and everything related to it is perfectly fine. Like, it's not the case of, there's something missing or there's something wrong with the script. It is 100% perfectly fine, but it just does not work in game at all. So the other thing which just throws into the tornado of chaos is, there's one fishing spot. There's about 4 low-level baiting nodes in Karamanjar. One of the nodes works, but the 3 others doesn't. Now, I tried to copy the one which was working to the other 3 additional spots, but when I went back in game, none of them worked. So all 4 nodes didn't work at all. It's got nothing to do with placement as well. I've tested all that, so it is literally the case of we have to rework the entire node, like just make an entire new node for the luring, for the baiting of herring and sardine. I need to change that to baiting, because herring and sardine. We don't want it to be the case of we can't open beta is getting so delayed just because you can't fish herring and sardine. So we don't want to remove these out of the game just because there's a bug. We want to get that bug fixed, because to be honest, herring and sardine is a good a training spot, especially if you're doing sardine. You get to like level 5, you're going to start doing if you're doing shrimp to level 5, you're going to be starting doing sardine because it's better XP and it's better food. So it's an important milestone in fishing. But yeah, that's one of them. So one other things which I've done, so smithing worked, but there was problems with the furnace, so I just said test furnace due to update and blah blah blah. Demon Slayer was quite a long one because I had to create the entire boss mechanic for Dalrith, so there's a cool cutscene and scenario going on there. Vampire Slayer is one of the red alert ones because the quest is pretty much broke, I guess. It works all fine, but you just can't interact with Count Draenor at the end to attack him and fight him. I did force kill him, and it did cause a problem with the quest itself, so you didn't get the quest rewards, and it just completely broke the quest GUI on the quest. Prince Ali Rescue is fine, but 2 of the Kellys spawn at the end of a quest, which is weird. So if we let 10 people complete the quest, there's going to be about there's 20 Kellys in this small Draenor jail. So that's ones which needs to get fixed. Update every store is another big important one, but that's not red alert. Then we got some very miscellaneous ones, just adding the bug reporting capes and the beta capes. That's one I'm currently working on, which is quite long, so it's just opening every conversation. And I can't find it now, but another one was the Rune Essence mine was completely broke. It ran off the same script as wood cutting oak, and I guess it's the no, it was the furnace one. So a lot of the skills actually run off the furnace mechanics, where if you have 10 iron bars and you want to make 10 iron daggers, you can just click the smith or smelt all. It was smelt all. So if you had 10 iron ore and you want to just smelt all of them in one go, you'll be able to do that instead of doing the whole click on the furnace, smelt one, click back on the furnace, smelt one, stuff like that. So it's wood cutting and cooking and I think prayer, maybe not prayer, but yeah, stuff like crafting and stuff like that. They're all based off that, so you can it will do it continuously until you run out. But Rune Essence mine did run off that as well, but when you try to do it, you couldn't. There's just a lot of problems with it. We have tried to fix it, but the problem now is if you try to mine it, you'll get the continuous mining animation in the sound, but you won't get any essence at all, and it completely breaks your character. So you would have to I think you have to just create a new character, because it literally breaks your character. So that's another one. Another one is add to dwarf race, which we want to do because we have a massive dwarven city in the free-to-play land, so stuff like that. But yeah, that's it for now. The other thing I want to talk about is I've been preparing for RuneFest. I actually went yesterday. It was a really amazing, great time. I met Austin. Austin is our programmer for the project, so you know I've met Colton and now I've met Austin. So it's pretty much met nearly half a team of Molior RS now. So it's really fun because working on this project was just some small non-important thing back in like 2011. But now, I'm meeting like developers who's working on it with me. It seems really unbelievable. Yeah. But Runes Fest was really fun. It was really great to see like all the content, talk to a lot of J mods. Me and Colton met pretty much all of them at the time. We toured the Jagex HQ. We do still have a video to come out regarding our tour with the HQ, but we just need to get a confirmation from Jagex first, because we did do an interview with them, and we sort of created our own video from that video clip. So they just need to give us sort of like the thumbs up to say, the video's fine. Because of course, we don't want to be saying any malicious stuff while we're using their interview clip. So of course, something we wouldn't actually be doing at all, because they've supported us pretty much a lot, which is crazy to think. I'll never believe that. But yeah, regarding open beta, I am just going to be working on the red alert bugs. Once those are done, I'll give you another update regarding the open beta, because I think at the moment I'm just doing very miscellaneous bugs. So like Aggie has a Herald cape on, which will literally take me a second. So if I just work on these in open beta, then that's perfectly fine, because these aren't just game breaking. They're very miscellaneous stuff, like stuff I can just fix in a matter of time, and just releases an update overnight when there's not many people on. It's just stuff like that, pretty much. So so pretty much just to run that whole down if anybody's confused. I'm just going to be working on sort of like the game breaking bugs, the big red alert bugs. But once those are done, I'll give you an update on when open beta is coming out. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.